What's going on, guys? Biznix here. Today we're going to be talking about the new Fighter Squadron in Bespin DLC. There is a lot of changes that have happened to it and a lot of cool features that you may not have picked up on, and I'm going to be basically explaining to you how you can win, how you can exploit some really quick and easy credits, and simply just why it's fun now. But before I go any further, I just want you to note subscribing to my channel grants you daily Star Wars Battlefront videos. Also, if you ever want me to do something in particular, let me know in a comment and I'll most likely be able to do it for you. And finally, if you ever want me to play with you, let me know and I'll be able to get my appropriate Xbox One information to you. But without further ado, let's actually talk about the Fighter Squadron. So in case you haven't been watching any Bespin live streams or any Bespin gameplay in general, then you're not going to know that this Fighter Squadron is actually very unique and really awesome. Let me just tell you. There's 32 players now, and quite simply, the score limit is increased to 400. Now, I understand that increasing the players also means I have to increase the score, but I still feel like it's not proportional and that the score is larger so the matches last longer. If you can kind of follow what I'm saying, before, whenever the score limit is 200, which is still like that in all of the non-DLC, Bespin DLC game types, it's still 200, but those matches only last about 3 or 4 minutes. Now they last about 5, 6, or even 8 minutes, depending on like how well the teams are playing. So we're going to go into what Fighter Squadron is. I've made a couple of videos on this, but I'll quickly explain it to you. Quite simply, you can play as the Rebels or the Imperials. You can spawn in as an A-Wing, an X-Wing, or a Bespin car as a Rebel, and then you can also spawn in as a TIE Interceptor, TIE Fighter, or Bespin car as an Imperial. So the awesome part is they added the Bespin cars. I am going to tell you right now though, don't use them on this game type if you want to win. Don't use them. You may be, like, I'm sure there's really good players out there that use them. Don't use them. We're not going to talk about them really. If you're playing as the Rebels, you need to basically destroy Imperial transports as they go and also kill Imperial fighters. If you're playing as the Stormtroopers, you need to actually kill the Rebel transports or kill Rebel fighters. That's quite simply all you have to do. You can look for the hero token, which I'm going to tell you where it spawns. And yeah, so let's get into the tips. So I've already explained one of the tips, and it's don't use the Bespin car. It's too weak. It goes really fast and you're able to like negate some of those missiles, but people shoot you like crazy since there's 16 players on the other team. So do not use it. It's not worth it. If you're a Rebel, use the A-Wing. If you're an Imperial, I suggest using the TIE Interceptor. A note on the TIE Interceptor: if you're using it, make sure you wait a solid, long time to launch your missiles, because I find that it takes longer to lock on with them for some reason. And there's a bug where even if it's locked on completely and you launch it too soon, it doesn't lock on. I don't know, it's a bug, but I'm just telling you right now. So on either team, or let me just tell you, if you're an A-Wing, you can stay by those new Bespin platforms that are floating around, which I'll tell you, this is the only Fighter Squadron map that uses them. But you can stay by those, and it's really easy to get away from enemies. Or you can simply slow down your car, or not your car, you can slow down your fighter, and just aim at people. For some reason, since you're in an A-Wing, people can't tell you're there, and you can just kill them. That's not entirely true, it's just maybe the players I was playing against were really bad. But simply, the faster you're going, the less damage your bullets are going to do. But the slower you're going, the more damage your bullets are going to do. You can kill people relatively fast, and if a lot of people are using Bespin cars, you can exploit the fact that they're really weak. It takes only about 2 shots to kill them. Now, TIE Fighters are a different story. You definitely want to stay by the Bespin platforms only because you can't go out in the middle and not be seen. You're gray in a mix of yellow clouds. Now, like I said, A-Wings, they mix in because they're sort of red and yellow. But TIE Interceptors and stuff, you cannot. So do not stay in the middle. Go up to the platforms and kind of guard an area. Now, I'm also going to go into the hero token. It spawns in the platforms. Now, I don't actually have gameplay of it, but it spawns in the platforms. And depending on the time in the game, because it's going to spawn the same spot at the beginning of the match every time, but then it spawns in a different location if the hero dies somewhere. So, like I said, I don't have it actually in the game, but it spawns on one of the platforms. Just look for it. There's only 3 floating around, so you'll be able to do trial and error. But that's simply about it for Fighter Squadron. You can do this if you have really good matches. You can get around 600 to 800 credits every game you play, Like for me in this match, I get around 20 or so kills, and that's like not AI kills, that's straight kills, not counting AIs. So if you can do that, especially if you're playing as the Rebels, you're going to do fine, and if you get the hero pickup, you're probably going to get more kills than I am. So you're going to exploit a lot of credits, and you're really going to do really well. Not to mention, this is a really great way to complete some of those HUT contracts that ask you to destroy vehicles. This is the easiest way you can. So that's really about it about Fighter Squadron, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It took a little while to make, so a like would really be appreciated. And remember to subscribe, because I'll be posting Star Wars Battlefront videos every single day. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.